Happy Saturday evening to you all. It is, of course, evening here in the UK. We're just gone past 6 o'clock in the evening. I hope you're having a lovely Saturday so far, and for you guys stateside, we were into the afternoon, or for those of you that are even earlier than that, I hope you've had a lovely start of your Saturday, and of course, it continues to get better all throughout today. Now, with this weekend, of course, we've got lots of things that are going on. We've had a really fun day so far. We've had a Play Your Crafts Right, and then we had an absolute epic craft along. But what we have got as well is we've got lots going on across on the website. So we have got our incredible outlet sale. That is there across on the website for you to check out with up to 80% off. So have a look across there, .co.uk.com and .eu. See if you can grab yourself some little bargains. I say some little bargains, there's some cracking ones there for you to then stock up on. But also while you're there, you're going to find this great big banner right at the top, and that is Black Friday, up to 70% off. That is, of course, because you guys stateside, we're just celebrating Thanksgiving Day. We're still, of course, within Thanksgiving weekend for you guys stateside and beyond that are celebrating. But when you click into there, you can see lots and lots of goodies there to take advantage of with up to 70% off. So we've got stamps, we've got dies, we've got stamping dies, we've got some storage, we've then got some adhesives, we've then got our magnetic sheets, we've then also got our spatulas, our little snippy scissors, we've got gift bags, all that is there, and so much more for you to check out. So .co.uk.com or .eu, that's where you need to go. Do just have to warn you though, when it comes to that Black Friday sale, it is going to end midnight tomorrow your time, because after a Black Friday, you may have something like a Cyber Monday, just saying. You might find some things coming up on Monday. That's going to be with Ben and Michelle for the first two shows, and then Ben and myself for the final show on Monday. That is Monday. We're still here into the weekend, back together again. We've been back together all day today after about 8-9 weeks since we've not seen each other. And as I said before, an absolutely phenomenal craft along when it came to, of course, the Cheers to You collection. And of course, my buddy, my birthday buddy, my friend, my confidant, my trustee, Debbie's back. Hiya, Debbie.
Always great to have a day with you, Craig. And then we're going to do it all again tomorrow.
We are.
But we have had a great day today. It's been a really lovely day. And boy, has it gone quick.
Flown in.
It has flown today. Yeah, flown. And I think the next 2 hours will as well, because I think it's when you enjoy something so much, the time just gets away with you. And I've got so much that I want to show you, because it is a masterclass and it is all about stamping.
It is indeed. So if there is anything that you want to ask, you want to double check, you want some tips when it comes to stamping, we've got Susie T, who's back on the social this evening. She's letting us know that Phil... I know, Susie. I'll be doing that at WWE Survivor Series tonight. So just to warn you, I might be a little bit tired tomorrow, because UK time, it's like 1 a.m. till 4 a.m. in the morning.
So you're going to be up late tonight, Craig.
So I'll be up late, so I might be on a little energy drinks tomorrow. But the good thing is, we're flipping. So I'm going to be on that side tomorrow, so that's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, Susie T's on the social. Phil Watson is saying good evening all. Samantha Cheney's saying good afternoon, everyone. Michelle Knit for You is saying good afternoon, everyone. And we've also got Jeffrey Langley is saying good evening. Craig and Debbie and the most fabulous and superstar CTV team. Candice Wells is in saying hello all from Western Nebraska. Lots of snow on the ground. It's cold, but the sun is shining. Yeah, it's a bit like that in here today as well.
It is
a little
like
bit
that.
chilly. We've been swapping the heater. If you do need the heater back for your side, Debbie, just let me know.
Thank you, Craig. I'm all right there.
You're okay at the moment.
Thank you very much.
Good. And as far as the team is concerned, we've still got, of course, James is just out there giving us a helping hand backstage. We've got Dean is in the gallery producing. And for the last time this weekend, we've got Charlotte. Charlotte is off on to, well, Pastors New come Thursday. Thursday's going to be our last day, but this is myself and Debbie's final time working with Charlotte between today and tomorrow. So you've got Charlotte in the gallery. As I say, you've still got her for a couple of days into next week, but this is going to be our final time working with her. So send some love as well over the next couple of days to Charlotte. But if you have got any questions, as I say, about stamping while Debbie is here, then that is what the masterclass is all about. So get into contact with Susie. Now, stamping, we want to use some ink pads, of course, and what we have got is we've got 3 different ones. So I'm going to go through the bundles that we've got here, starting off with our Pigment ink pads. So I'm going to go through each bundle, and then what we're going to do is we're going to go across to Debbie, who's going to talk us through these. And this one here is our Pigment ink pad. Now, these ones are your 8-piece here, and essentially it's working out that you're going to be buying 5 of them, and then you're going to get 3 for free.
Well, that's good.
It is good, isn't it?
Yeah, really good.
It is good. It's funny, I was looking that on my notes earlier on. It's not until you actually verbalise it and say it and you think, actually, because that is, you've got a saving of over 35% on the today's price. $29.95 or $44.95. But if it's your platinum price you're paying, of course, you're going to be $23.96 or $35.96. So let's have a look at the Pigment ink pads here. Now, I'm not going to verbalise too much as to what you can do with them because that's what Debbie's here for. So Debbie will do that. I can go through the colours for you, where you've got your Bordeaux, you've then got your orange, you've got your honey pot, you've also then got your plum jam, you've also got your pink tulip, you've also got your spring meadow, you've also got your ocean blue, and you've also got your parakeet. And I think I'm right in saying when it comes to the Pigment ink pads, I'm looking over to Debbie, I think this is Debbie's favourite ones. It is indeed.
It absolutely
which I'm
is.
sure she'll go over why just in a moment. So those are the Pigment ones that you can go for if you want to. $29.95 or $44.95 with a platinum price of $23.96 or $35.96. Just to say, with the 3 bundles that we've got, although they're a different type of ink pads, you've got the same saving in the same price, but we'll still go through them all. This one here is your quick dry. Now, when we say quick dry, boy, they are quick. This is also an 8-piece where it's working out that you buy 5, you're going to get 3 for free. Same price, $29.95 or $44.95 with a platinum price, $23.96. Or for you guys stateside, you're going to be $35.96. So you've got your Chinese red, you've then got your honey pot, you've also got your plum jam. Yours won't say studio written on it, yours will be a nice clean packet. You've then got the fuchsia, we've then got the baby blue.
Sorry, Craig, what was that last one?
Oh, what, you want me to go back to the fuchsia?
Yay!
Do you know something that's been, I don't know, maybe about a month or so since I've been able to do that gag? So you can go back to the fuchsia if you want to. Grasshopper. You've got damson. I'm waiting for the moans coming in the comment. Oh, Craig, there you go. And then you've also got your lagoon as well. So these ones are your quick dry. $29.95 or $44.95 with the platinum price as well. $23.96, or for you guys stateside, $35.96. And last but by no means least, which I would probably say if I was to have a favourite, mine's are these ones here, and this is our water reactive ink pads that we've got. Exactly the same when it comes to the bundle here. It's an 8-piece bundle. You've got the same saving, same price, $29.95 or $44.95, with a platinum price of $23.96 or $35.96. And with this one, you're going to get the smoked pearl. You're going to get the twilight grey. You're also then going to get your oasis. You're going to get your Friar brown. You're also then going to get your jet black. You're also then going to get your amethyst. You're also then going to get your spa blue, and then you're also then going to be getting your straw bale as well. So you just need to choose what bundle you're going to go for. Maybe you're going to go for a couple, whether it's the Pigment, quick dry, or the water reactive. But when it comes to each set, they're all on Shop the Day as well as so much more. But just know each set, it works out that you're saving over 35%, and all of them are $29.95 or $44.95. You've got your platinum price on top of that at $23.96 or $35.96. They are there for you guys, Central Europe as well. You just need to go to crafterscompanion.eu. Go into Shop the Day, as I say, and you're going to find the 3 bundles for you to choose from. But you maybe don't quite know. Maybe you're relatively new to us or new to our ink pads. You're not quite sure, well, when should I use what one? What one's the best one? What do they do, of course? But then, of course, that's why we've got Debbie here. Within this masterclass, which, Debbie, we've got three really, well, obviously, we're going to have ink pads that do the job. That's why Leanne and Spectrum Noir bring them out, but they've all got their specific job, don't they?
Yeah, they certainly do, and sometimes it can be a bit hard to get our head around all those different jobs that they do, and all of them have a need, all of them have a place in the craft market, and if you are lucky enough to go for them all, the bundles that we've got are great bundles to have and great colours in them as well. So if you haven't got ink pads and you wanted to treat yourself, and you can go for all three of those in those different ink pads, I'm going to show you why you need them. So I've got three, and I'm using the same colour in all of them, because what's very clever and what Leanne was determined to do when we brought out our ink pads was show that we can have the same colours in the same colour families, but have them in the different needs for them. So you can see on this one with our blending tool, this is our water reactive. It's a great one to have because it does so many different things. We've then got our parakeet bit. This is in the quick drying one. Quick drying is exactly what it does. It's quick drying, but when used in conjunction with others, it looks amazing. So if I was to use parakeet as to just blend a background, and then I stamped on top with the quick drying, it's slightly darker and it makes the most amazing technique. The parakeet in the opaque, now the opaque pigment is a natural sourced pigment, which means the colour stays longer and vibrant for longer. It doesn't fade. It's got fade resist in there because it's natural. It's great for blending, great for using on any surfaces, but what it does do is it creates a heat resist as well, so you can actually heat emboss with this one. So every single colour that you've got in your pigment can now become that colour where you don't have to have, you just need a clear embossing powder, and then you've got all those different colours. Now, stamping is what it's all about, even though we're going to be using ink pads. So what I want to show you first of all is why we have all of these for stamping, because they all have different needs. So let's take our first one, which is our water reactive. It's the one we had first of all out on the market. It's the one that so many people have because it does so many different techniques. So if you think of anything that you can do with water colour paints, aqua markers, anything like that, you can also do with your water reactive ink pads. Now, if I just grab myself a stamp, now unfortunately we did have these on the show, but they've already sold out. So apologies, but I just wanted to show you them to use in the demo because it is a nice large stamp and it gives a good variety of how you use your stamp. So I do apologise if you haven't got these. So all we're going to do now is pick this up. Now, what I would say is, and you can see mine has gone blue because I've done my my demos using all the blues. So if your stamps do become a little bit stained, that's not going to affect the performance. Okay. If I wanted to use a light pink over the top of this, it will still stamp in light pink. That, as you can see, there's, or you can, I've not washed it properly, but if I washed it properly, you wouldn't get any transfer off of that one. Now, these aren't ideal, Craig, for stamping. No. It's not what they were really intended for. These are for blending, these are for painting, these are for doing your watercolour backgrounds. But what's cool about stamping with these, so literally tap over your image, whatever you're stamping, and then when you come to lay down that colour, because they're water active, you could do so much with them. If you've got an open, and you will see Sheena do it all the time, if you have an open stamp, which say like a flower stamp, and you stamped with it, it means that you could take either your sparkle brush or you take a water brush and you can pull that colour out. With this one, what you can do, I mean, it's a little bit patchy, but I'm not too worried about that. But actually, I don't know if we've got the stamping platform on, but I will just do that again just to show you how amazing it is, because if you do want to fill those gaps in, and this is what I'm saying about it's not ideal to stamp with these inks. That's not what they were intended for, but you can fill those gaps and go round and then stamp down on there. But what you can then do with these, Craig, so I am going to just bring myself in another piece of cardstock, because what I want to do is show it stamped in all the different inks. So I'm going to place that in the same place. So we've got that one in there. But I'm going to take this one first of all So that looks nice. I quite like it because it creates that distressed background. But if you was to spritz it with water, and you don't have to do this now, if you wanted to use it at a later date and you still wanted to spritz, all you're going to do is a light mist. So you want to hold it quite a bit away, and you want to just start spraying it in a light mist. And what I would say is let that activate, because and then see if you want more, because I can see it's, can you see it's starting to split here? Now, if you want a bit more, you literally go in, have a bit more. You can see that's all starting. I say split, it's almost like the water takes all the ink. And it's a really cool background to create by creating all these little pockets. And then you literally can put some more in so we can see it's coming all here, and really get creative with it. Now, what I would say is stop there, because the more you spritz, the more you're just going to soak it all.
Okay.
So I would say give that a dry and then see what you've got after that. So I'm going to pop that to the side. So that's one of your ones that you would use.
Just to say that 8x8 stamping platform and base is in stock on the website if you want to check it out.
Oh, amazing. Yeah, it is absolutely incredible. So all I'm going to do now is just give this a light waft over the top with my kitchen towel. And then we're going to do exactly the same thing. So let's bring that piece back in, making sure I've got that in the right place. And then we're going to be bringing in our quick drying ink. So the quick drying ink is exactly that. So it's your quick drying ink that is likely to stain a little bit.
Okay.
So we're just going to pop that on. Now it won't dry on my actual the stamp itself, but as soon as you go to Stamp It Cray, this is the magic with this, and it also means layering stamps are perfect for this. So literally, we're going to use this to go on the top, making sure that's stamped out. Now, because it's a large stamp, I'm just making sure that I go round to all those mandalas to stamp out. And then when we stamp that out, I can do that.
I know, it's
and look at that.
amazing.
There's just no smudging,
Nope.
no anything. So I can go in and stamp anything on that. You can't do that with any other ink pad. They are just truly amazing.
They really are.
And then if I want to put a bit more down just to fill in those gaps, we can do that as well. So you literally go over the top, and this is the fabulous thing about the stamping platform. You can then just go over the top and get those really cool techniques there. So that's your other one, which creates, so you've got your, and if I show you my wet one now, look at that. I mean, how fabulous is that starting to look? I love that grungy look, but look at that. Now this is your difference with your ink pads. So now we've got this really clear one. So the last one we got to show you, and that is your Pigment ink pad. And for anyone that's new, because it's a masterclass, just wanted to make sure that we showed what they are all for. So first of all, let's just clean that ink away. And the only reason I'm doing that is because I want to make sure it doesn't contaminate my next ink pad. And I wanted to show you them in all those, in the same colour family, so you can see the difference in them.
It's a good way to see them, actually, yeah.
So, I didn't line up the paper this time, Craig. That was silly, wasn't it? Let's see if I can roughly get it where we had it. Oh, that's not too bad, but we need to come over a little bit. Let's do there. That will be fine.
It's just nice to see the 3 ink pads just being used in the same way as in stamping, but the different look that you've got because of them.
Yeah, totally. So this one you can see, now this is really opaque, so it's a layerable. It means that you can heat emboss with it. It's a very wet ink, wet sticky ink, and that's exactly what we want to do different techniques, especially if we are laying down colour that we want to heat emboss. So let's pop that one on, pop that into place. Then once it's landed, just a little tip that I've learnt with this, when you've got your stamping platform, do not push down from anywhere other than your cross. I always push down in the middle first and then walk my fingers round. And the reason being is that sometimes this can shift a little bit and then you don't get precision stamping. So, and I'm sure she won't mind me telling you, but when Sheena first started back with us, she said to me, Debbie, what am I doing wrong with the stamping platform? I can't get a precision stamping. And I taught her this technique with pushing down into the centre, and she couldn't believe it. She said, oh, it's perfect every time now.
There you go,
So
yeah.
if you are having any difficulties with stamping, just make sure that you let it rest,
Yep.
and then always stamp back in that same position. And that way you'll never ever get your stamping out of line. So once we've done that, I'm not going to worry too much about, I'm wondering if my base isn't very level because my stamping was fine at home. So let's pop that aside. Now with this, all we're going to do now, because it's a wet ink, it means we can heat emboss. And I'm only going to do a little bit of it because I do have a finished one, otherwise it'll take ages to heat that up. So we're just going to tap that off. And let me just take that over here. So you can see now that bottom bit has gone a little bit more cloudy. We're just going to bring in our heat tool and we're going to start to heat that up. Now some people, when they put embossing powder on, they heat from underneath until it starts to melt. I don't think it really matters too much. It does stop some of the blowing excess away, but it still does the same job.
I do have to admit, I'm not going to say I've never understood that technique, but just exactly as you said, I've never found any difference whatsoever. I always get a nice clean melt by going from above.
And it's the same with people say let it heat up to a temperature. I find it gets hot straight away.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think it's, you know, the hot air is blowing out. It's the hot air that you want to, so it heats up. So, but each to their own. Some people find it different. But I think this technique is just such a cool technique. And then you can see sort of the shine at yeah, we can see that right at the bottom, that beautiful shine. So what I have done is I've literally just made 3 cards here. So if I move them here, so you can see all our differences. This one was our wash water one. So if you wanted to use your watercolor dye, that's the sort of look that you're going to be getting. Then we've got our our quick drying, so you've got your quick drying one on there, and then our last one is that heat emboss one that we've done with the opaque pigments. So each one giving you a slightly different look, but each one you can stamp with just looking a little bit different. And I love the fact, Craig, that we can stamp with all of them. We just have to look for differences in them with what we want. And that's really just a quick rundown of what you can do with the 3 different ink pads that we do.
Visually, how cool was that? Just to see how you use them, but then how it can come together at the end. You know, you might not necessarily think that that wash kind of background with water reactive would look nice on a back card, but when with your swash sentiment, and wow, really, really is effective. I might actually pinch that technique myself when it comes to the different ink pads. And you can do that, of course, you can do that when it comes to the 3 that we've got. When it comes to each of these ones here, all of them, we've got our pigment, we've got our quick dry, and we've got our water reactive. It's the same price, it's the same saving. For each bundle, you're going to be $29.95 or $44.95. That gives you a saving of over 35%. In other words, it works out that you're buying 5 and then you're going to get 3 for free. But if you're platinum, of course, that's then going to come down to $23.96, or for you guys stateside, $35.96. So let's go through the pigments. This is the ones that Debbie used when it comes to the heat embossing. So you've got your parakeet, you've then also got your ocean blue, you've got your spring meadow, you've got your pink tulip, you've also got your plum jam, you've also got your honey pot, you've then also got your orange, and then you've also got your Bordeaux. And what I also love with these ones, Debbie, is yes, I maybe have about 8 to 10 different coloured embossing powders, but that's it. Other than that, I use my pigment and a clear embossing powder. You don't really need, you know, you might want to have some like I do, but it's not essential. As long as you've got your colour pigment, embossing powder that Debbie was showing you, and then you've got all of these colours when it comes to heat embossing. So that was your pigment that we just showed you there. Then we're going to show you the quick dry that we've got here. So once again, same price, same deal, same discount, and it still works out that you're buying 5 and getting 3 for free. You've got your lagoon, you've got your grasshopper, you've got your damson wine, you've also got your baby blue, you've also got your fuchsia. Don't worry, I won't do it this time. You've got plum jam, you've also got your honey pot, and then you've also got your Chinese red. So that's the 8 that you've got when it comes to your quick dry. And then the other option that we've got as well, this is the water reactive. Is in the way that Debbie was showing you, just by spritzing in that, because you can do the blending and lots of layering techniques with your water reactive. This is one of my favourites. I do love water reactive. And this one here being your straw bale. You've got your anthracite, you've got your spa blue, you've got your jet black, you've also got your Friar brown, which for a long time me and Debbie Robinson could not say. You've then also got your Oasis, you've also got your Twilight Grey, and then you've also got your smoked pearl as well. So that one is your water reactive. So you just need to choose what one you're going to go for. Maybe you are going to go for a couple, which of course you can do. But either way, each of these bundles here, $29.95 or $44.95. That's giving you a saving of over 35%. But your platinum comes down even further to $23.96 or $35.96. Whichever bundle you go for, it works out that you're buying 5 and you're going to be getting 3 for free. You just need to choose which one you're going to go for. .co.uk.com.au, that's where you need to go. You're going to find them on Shop the Day, as well as all the other items that myself and Debbie has been showing you all the way throughout. Play your crafts right, and of course the craft along. So what we're actually going to do right now is we're going to give you the opportunity to check out your baskets. If you do want to know a little bit more about your Club Inspire, like we talked you through earlier on in the day, but here it is again. Here's the boss to tell you all the benefits of Club Inspire.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
If you love Crafters TV, we've made it easy for you to watch us wherever you are. Whether you catch us on your tablets or take us with you on your mobile phone, it's easy to watch us anywhere. From here to here. Maybe don't watch us here. It would be easy to watch us here. Probably the easiest place to watch us is here. Crafters TV, with you wherever you are.
We get to know people from places and walks of life that we wouldn't come across in our everyday life if it wasn't for Crafters TV and doing what we do.
I got so many lovely comments from people when I started doing the presenting, and it was just really such a lovely feeling. And it's nice that people keep messaging in. You know, we see the same people. We know you can build up that kind of relationship with those people. So it's just the fact that people like what we do and they're pleased. And I do love it when people send us photographs of the items that they've made.
We talk about customers, but really they go in as a customer, come out as a friend. The support that I get is amazing. The messages I get are amazing.
Me personally, it is personal interaction. I've never had the best of health. I've always been open about that with our viewers at Crafters TV. So many people are in the same situation as me health-wise. Other people have got a completely different health issues. They understand and they relate to what I'm going through, what others are going through. So whether we interact on a crafting basis or whether we interact on a health basis, a personal basis, we're all there to support one another. It is incredible.
The reaction of viewers when they come to meet us is worth all of the early mornings when we have to get up for our early morning shows.
Some of the customers come on as craft ambassadors and things like that, craft along with us, and being able to actually chat with them on air. I love it. I really love that connection with them.
We've had lots of shows where we've done like craft alongs, especially where we've had viewers craft along with us. We had a particular viewer, Joy, who joined us once before, and she literally made me cry on air, and Joe, because the things she said about us, it really was quite humbling that there are people out there that watch us and invite us into their living rooms and really treat us like family.
Lots of you tuning in on this Saturday evening, afternoon, wherever you're watching from across the globe. A few of you have been visiting Debbie Robinson today. Debbie's been at Country Baskets. She's been doing a demo day. So Michael Adams is saying what a wonderful day at Country Baskets with the absolutely amazing Debbie Robinson. I noticed a few of you that have been there have been getting a selfie with Debbie, and I've noticed them in the I'm a Crafter's Companion group, which has been lovely to see. The other one as well, in actual fact, I'm sure it was Tracy Kershaw on Facebook. I'm sure it was yours, Tracy, that I seen. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm sure I've seen the picture that you've taken of yourself and Debbie. Saying, evening Craig, Debbie, CCTV, crew and all my crafty friends. A little bit late to the parties. I'm just back from a fab day out. Started off by meeting Debbie Robinson at Country Baskets, then a visit to my daughter to see the grandkids. Oh, what a lovely day.
Yeah, perfect day.
What an absolute lovely day. We've also got Stephanie saying hello again, everyone. Craig, Debbie, CCTV team, my crafty friends from New Jersey. Jeffrey is saying those fingernails, they're definitely Debbie. They sure are.
Disney
ones. Sure are. Disney ones. We've noticed. I don't know, our Nicola and Sam are away in New York. Bless them, they actually got there. Their plane was cancelled last minute. They've actually got there. And Nicola likes to theme her nails. And I noticed on her Instagram last night or the night before, she's got New York nails.
Oh, has she?
Yeah,
she has really cool nails. Her ghost nails were incredible.
They were, weren't they?
Yeah, it was so cool.
Really, really good. So, yeah, I know they'll have a blast there. And from the Twin Cities is saying, I have always wondered why the Rockablocks uses a stamp mat, the softened one, but a stamping platform uses a hard surface. So although that's not necessarily a question that's coming through, it's just a wonder. It's a good point, though.
It's a really good point. And actually, so with a stamping platform, you don't have to put so much pressure on. So a hard platform, you have to lock in those feet. With the stamping mat, and I'm going to use it next, when you're using and you're pressing down, you have to press more pressure. So if I was to use the Rockablock on my glass mat, I need more pressure to do that. So where it makes it easier to have a softer mat. But on the stamping platform, because you're going down evenly all over, it makes it less harder on your hands when it's on a hard surface. And it's really just so it grips into the gaps as well.
Awesome, brilliant. A question's just come through there. I'm going to ask it now if it's okay, Debbie. So it's just off the back of those ink pads that we've shown you. Trish is saying, question on the shimmer ink pads. What kind of category would they be in?
Brilliant question. Yes, because we do other ink pads. I've been trying to avoid it all day. Craig's done well to avoid it. We do other ink pads. Yes, those come under the shimmer ink pads. Will come under like the pigment ink pads. So you could do everything. They're pigment based. Same with the metallic ink pads. The only other ones that are different that we do are the duets. They're on the shop the day actually. The duets were on this morning's show, and duets are amazing because they're the ones that do everything that all the ink pads do and more. They are incredible ink pads to use. So if you want a bit of everything, you've obviously got the duet ink pads. But I love that we've got these categories and different ink pads for them. And what I love about the duets is they come in different colours, so you can't get those same colours in the ink pads that we've got, so they are very different. So, but yeah, shimmer ink pads are pigment based.
Excellent, thank you. And just prior to that question, Trish had also said regarding the way that you explained the three different ink pads there, what a great lesson on the difference of the ink pads. I found this information so very helpful, Debbie.
Ah, that's really lovely to hear. We do try. I tried to do, because I did a masterclass not that very long ago on the ink pads. It wasn't a stamping masterclass, so I'm trying to do something a little bit different tonight, just to break it all down and make it a lot easier for you, because actually we live in a minefield of crafting products which are all fabulous, but we don't always know why they're fabulous. So I'm really glad that helped.
Definitely, for sure. And what works really, really well with the ink pad, certainly a couple of them that Debbie was showing you a moment ago, and this is our floral collage stamps. Now, I know it was just maybe about 2 weeks ago, Sheena and Leanne launched these ones. These are so much fun. They really, really are. It's about building up the level that Debbie's away to go over just shortly. So with this one here, this is your floral collage stamp, 6-piece. Now, you get 95 stamps in total, and you're also then going to get 5 masks too. Now, you're going to get that beautiful flower that you've got there. Now, within that one, you can see with the flower, you can see that
Craig?
you've got, it's a lovely one.
It's a I know what it is. I was trying to help you. Echinacea.
How do you say it phonetically?
Echinacea.
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 It's a beautiful flower anyway that you've got there. So with each one, each flower is a different one, but the premise is exactly the same. You've got your large floral that you can see here. But this is what really makes it pop should you want to use it, because you don't have to. It overlays, and then it's about the buildability when it comes to the additional stamps that you've got. And of course, maybe if you're going to use the pigment or the water reactive, maybe the duets, entirely up to yourself, but against that buildability that you can come along and then start to create that layered
Just
image.
a little secret though, Craig, I didn't know what it was called before.
Oh, did you not?
No, I had to learn it. Ben taught me what it was.
Oh, did he? Yeah. I'm surprised he didn't teach you something else. It wasn't completely, you know what he's like? He'll tell you it's something completely different just to throw you under the bus. Now that one there, that one I do know, it's one of my favourites. It's a peony that you've got within that one there. So once again, you've also got your floral, you've then got the mask, and then you've got all of the additional embellishment stamps to layer up, and you can mix and match as well if you want to. You've got your sunflower, so same concept, same premise as well. Maybe you want to start to pull in collections from your nature garden, like your sunflower papers. Those sort of mediums you're going to be able to use. You've then got your daisy here, so you've got that beautiful openness when it comes to that floral of the daisies. And the finished example here, and I have to say thanks to our Sarah Kay, who's actually done these boards and layered all these ones up. That's just an indication as to the colours that you can use. You can go completely rogue and use whichever colours that you want to, but it's a nice visual. And then if all of these ones weren't enough, I mean, look at that rose as well. And it's all about using the stencil, that kind of outline mask. As I say, you don't have to, but for that kind of impact, then by being able to use that mask, of course, that's then really going to make it stand out. And then last but by no means least, you're going to get potentially one of my favourite sentiment stamp ranges so far. This one is your Simply Sentiment. So these come into blocks. Now, when it comes to these ones here, remember the day that they launched with Leanne and Sheena, many of you were saying, oh, there's no hour. It would have been good if we had an hour, O-U-R, so you can build your sentiment. Now, as you know, Leanne's taking a little bit of a break at the moment. She's on a holiday, but what she did tell you herself, once she's back, she's going to get her team. They're going to make up the word hour in the same font, the same style, and it will become a download on the website. So it's not that anyone's forgotten, it's just she's taking a little bit of a break, but we will have the word hour, O-U-R, for you to then maybe build up your additional sentiments as well. But you're going to get all of that, because it does make sense, in all honesty, it does make sense. You know, it would be good to have hours so that you can build up that sentiment in whichever way that you want to, but that's what the team are going to be doing. So no one's forgotten, it's just obviously, of course, Leanne needs to overlook and proof it all just to make sure. So once she's back, that will get done. But you've got all of those sentiments as well that you can be using. So great set there, floral collage stamps, all those masks, £35. £35 or $45 with a platinum price of £28 or $36. Right, this is not Shopee TV or anything like that. If I didn't know the price and I was not with Crafters Companion, Debbie, at least double that.
Oh, absolutely.
At least double that.
Yeah, absolutely. They're so beautiful. Let me show you some of the samples our design team done, because they are absolutely stunning. I love these stamps. I mean, these are stamps I'm going to be using all the time. I love the size of them. They're a really nice big bold stamp. I love the fact that you can mask them off and you can create all those additional backgrounds. Look at that. That is stunning. Look, it's got like gold heat embossed in the background.
Nice.
That is just amazing. Or it could even be actually, I've got a feeling that might be gilding flakes. Just absolutely stunning. So much that you can do with these, and I'm hopefully going to show you something different as well with them. Now, I've got lots of demos that I do want to get done with them in. So I am going to speed through to that demo, but another little way of using them, I'm not going to use the mask in this one. I am going to use the daisy, so you do get that daisy mask that you can put over the top, but I am going to use the main stamp here because I want to create something a little bit different. So not only create a background, but I want to create my entire card with the stamp. So what I am going to use, I've got my stamping platform, I've then got my die. I'm literally going to put, now what I love about the rocker blocks is I can put that in a straight line from top to bottom because there's a line going through the centre, so I know exactly where I'm going to put in that. I'm also going to be using our alcohol pens, so instead of our waterproof die, we're going to be using our alcohol proof die. We haven't got them on the show, but you will find them on the website. Now all I want to do is I want to stamp in each corner, so you can see we've got the corners there, so I don't need my full inked stamp, so I just need it where I think it's going to stamp into. Now you could, if you wanted to, draw some lines, but I don't think it's needed, and all I'm going to do is come in from the point here, line up my line to wherever I want to put that flower. So let's just pop it there, and I'm literally just going to rock from heel to toe to get that stamped image down, and then I'm going to rotate it, and I'm going to do that on all four corners. So it's a really nice way of filling the background but having quite a nice centerpiece as well. So let's just build that up again, going from that line. Doesn't matter where you want it from, you can get as close to the next one as you want to. But by doing it this way, it means we're getting those even corners in. And then we're going to still build that up again. So build another one. It's just a really nice, cool stamping technique.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. I do like creating backgrounds with my stamps, whether it's small stamps or larger stamps.
And it's exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to create a background, but then I thought, actually, let's just create the whole card by using this. And I'll show you how I do that in a little while. So one more, we're just going to build that one up. Just making sure I put plenty of ink on there. And then we're just going to use that one. I'm going to come down a little bit less just to get a difference in there. Now once you've done that, I'm going to then use my alcohol pen. So let's just pop that to the side. And we're going to just bring in a piece of card to lean on so I can colour those in. So I've got my brush pens and I've got my dull green. I've got an ice grey, which we're going to do around a technique that I know Craig absolutely loves. We've got our gold yellow blend, and we've got our ice blue blend, which may seem a bit strange, the ice blue, but actually it's a really nice one for just adding some quick colour. And I literally mean some quick colour. I just want some highlights in my flowers. So literally, because daisies are white, so I don't really want to put much colour in them, but I want them to feel like they've got some maybe sky tint on them, or something, just a little bit of shading. If you wanted to.
Substance, eh?
Yeah, and if you wanted to, you could put a bit of grey in there, whatever you want. I just think it adds just a little bit of substance, a little bit of highlight, and just doesn't leave them looking like there's no colour. So just literally, I mean, you can see how quick and easy that is. And I'm not actually going to colour the whole image, but I just want you to show how quick and easy it is to add that little blue. And I'm using the lightest colour of the ice blue blend. So that's given me that colour. Then we're going to do the centerpieces. So I've got my gold yellow, where we're just going to add to the centre. So I'm going to add the lightest colour in the centre. And then this is how quick these pens are. I'm going to go into that darkest colour, or middle colour, sorry, and then our darker colour I'm going to do right on the tip, or in the sort of centre where the stamens meet. And then I'm also just going to add some little dots in there. So that's just going to help with that effect. And then we're going to go back in, we're going to colour that in, colour round again, just to blend that. And actually I'm going to put a little bit of darkness coming in a bit more just to blend that and to look like we've got some sort of shading, like so. And that's as simple as it is.
I think with this collection as well, it's very forgiving to be quick and simple and sketchy, isn't it?
Absolutely, Craig. Yes, it is. And really simple. Daisies are one of the easiest things to colour in. They really are amazing sort of flowers. I mean, they look really cool, but they're just really a nice way. You can bring them to life very, very quickly. And then I'm just going to use our dull green, and I'm going to colour them in with the lightest colour first. So we're just going to go over all of those. Again, I'm not even being too careful. I know Sheena, when she was using, she likes to use the tricolours, the aqua colours. She likes aqua pens.
She does, doesn't she?
But it's really easy just to use your alcohol markers as well. So you just choose whatever you want to use. So you're just going to take those, colour those in.
Might as well like your shimmer palettes, Debbie, as well with some of these
ones. Going to be amazing. And then I'm adding just a tiny bit of highlight from my mid colour, because this one's quite a dark colour, but you get amazing effects just by doing this. And you can do them all at once really quickly. I mean, we've coloured that in no time whatsoever. We've added depth and dimension. Just going to add a little bit more green to blend those in now. And that's our colour done, just like so.
You also create an add-on to certain collections, like for instance this one, it could be an add-on to your Daisy collection, couldn't it, as well? Start to bring in the elements from the Daisy collection.
Absolutely, just so many that you could use for those. And all I want to do, just to show you the contrast of how adding that extra colour in, I just want to do some more green leaves, so you can see the difference. By adding that darker colour in, makes such a massive difference. It's nice to have that one colour blend, but when you've got an extra colour that you can add in, it really does make it come to life, makes it pop, gives it dimension. And you can see there, just by adding the green in, we've made such a difference on there. Now what I am going to do though, we're going to come in, now this is what Craig loves to do. Now I'm using my ice blue blend again, sorry, not my ice blue, I want my grey. We're using the ice grey blend, so I've got my lightest colour, which is IG2, and we're actually going to go round our image. So literally just following that line round, and this is going to really give us some substance on our images here. It's going to make it pop from the page. It's just going to add that really nice depth, give it that sort of shadow in the back. And it's a really cool effect. I know you love this one, don't you, Craig?
I don't think I can stamp now without doing it, Debbie. I think it's physically impossible for me to do any stamping and not go around with the grey.
Yeah, it does make a really big difference.
You see, it just makes it stand out, pop, doesn't it? Elevates it.
It does, totally. So we're literally, I'm just doing one, and then we will go on to our next step. So literally like this. The other thing I like to do is, by using the similar colours to what we've got in here, is if you take your nib, now you could do this with your tri-blend brush, your tri-blend markers, but literally just in places, put little dots. You can create your own little backgrounds here. Now I know we've got the mask to do it, but the thing with the masks is it would prove quite difficult when you've done so many in a background. So literally just sporadically really.
Oh, that's a good technique.
Yeah, and it looks really, really cool. And you just put them wherever you want. You can add different colours, whatever you want to do, but that's all you're going to do is just add little dots, and it just gives almost sort of like that confetti look. Don't have to put them everywhere, you don't have to fill every gap, and it just gives you a really good lay down. Now once you've coloured that all in, I haven't got a finished one, so I'm just going to do, I have got a finished one, but I'll show you in a minute what I'm going to do. Now if you've got a set of nesting dies, I'm going to use my nesting dies here. Now I don't want my big outside one because I want to cut that out of a different one, so I'm going to take the next one down and we're going to place that in the middle of our pattern there. Then I want to miss one again and then take the next one. So let's take that one, which is going to go into there. And then we're going to miss one again and then go in and take the next one. Now, what I do wish, Craig, I wish that we had nesting dies that were had less gaps in them. Because this would work much better. You might have a set at home, but what you're going to do is literally place these onto there, take them down, die cut them through through your machine, and then you'll end up with this. So once it's all coloured in, so you can see I've done exactly the same as with this first flower here, but we've literally gone round all the edges with that grey, as you can see in there, and then I've die cut them out using that identical set. What I've then done is the ones that were in between the others, I've then die cut them out of black. So what we're going to do now is we're going to create our own decoupage. So we're then going to layer each one on. So this one will go on here. And this is what I mean about I wish the thickness of our nesting dies was smaller, because this technique would work a lot better if it wasn't so much black showing. But I'm not going to worry about that. I just wanted to show you the technique more than anything else. So then we take our next one. That will then go on the bottom. So that one will then layer on to the top. And then our third one will be the same. So we're going to layer that one on. That one will then layer onto there. And then we have our base layer, which will layer all of those together. So you can see it creates our own decoupage. So we're going to stick all of these ones together to create our card. So let's grab my pen.
It's really effective by doing that, isn't it? It's kind of like
it's really effective.
Pyramid or pyramage sort of decoupage effect.
Yes, absolutely. And just a different way of using your stamps. And it's just a really cool way. You don't even have to use nesting dies. You could just use your paper trimmer.
Yeah, you could.
And gut out the inserts inside. So we're literally going to pop this down.
And that's it. You maybe like the look of these stamps, but maybe you're one that think, you know, masking's not my forte, it's not my comfort zone. And this is a good way to show you don't have to use the mask if you don't want to. If you just want to use the stamps to create your backgrounds or, you know, your own little toppers or that, you can do that without the aid of the mask.
Yeah, they're just beautiful stamps to use. So we're literally going to go in with that one there. And then we're going to go in with our next layer. Just making sure all the time that we've got, have I done that the right way? I'm going to turn these back over, Craig. You know what I'm like, just suddenly thought, oh, have we done that the right way? I mean, it doesn't, because there's so much gap, it's not going to matter too much. Yes, I think we have, so that's fine. Oh, there we go. So just using our tape.
Anything that you see, or mostly anything that you see Debbie using, certainly when it comes to our new tape runners, we had a paper trimmer earlier on, all of those you'll be able to find across on the website while you're there on Shop the Day. Have a little peruse. There's some cracking new items lately, cracking tools.
We have had some amazing things in lately, haven't we, that look really cool.
That essential tool set, which I'll put my hand up, and when I got I never thought much of it because I thought I've already got my Crafter's Companion scissors and I've got pokey tools. Believe you me, I think that everyone should have that essential tool kit.
Oh, I love mine. I love it so much. I love my pokey tool. I love the tweezers. I love the scissors. I love everything about that kit. And I love it all, Craig, because it's all now branded.
Yes. You know that it's ours.
Yeah, that's it. It's something nice about having everything that matches. Right, last one. So we'll pop this on. And then all I've done, something else we bought back that we had before was our swash dies, which I adore. So they're like become my new favourite again. And I absolutely love them. So I've just created a little sentiment to go with that. Let's pop that last one on because I didn't feel like it needed anything else. So we've got then our sort of decoupage there, and then all I did was cut that out, Craig, and then I just put a strip of coordinating card underneath, and I've shadowed it just to make it pop out a little bit. So we're just going to literally stick that across the front of our card.
That's so cool, Debbie.
And then, where's the, I've lost, oh, there it is. Yeah, just something a little bit different to show those beautiful designs. And then we're just going to pop that across right through the centre. Let me just pop that there and onto the other side. There we go. I'm just going to turn that over and burnish it down, just so I know that that will stay in place. Oh, why won't my card open? It feels like it's stuck together. That's weird. Oh look, I've never done that before, Craig. I've actually done a wrong way opening card, but I think because I haven't burnished that down, there we go, I can turn it round. Never done that before. I've done an upside down card. I've never done one that opens the wrong way.
It's been a while since I've done that myself.
Right, let's put that one. Is that straight? And still not very straight. That's straight. Yes, that looks straight. That will do. Now my card will open. Wouldn't open because it was the wrong way. Just pop that in there, and there we go. If I turn that one round, you can see we've got our beautiful decoupage card with those stamps.
That is so smart, so cool. And how different from the ways that you'll have seen them being used as of late, since obviously launched just the other week there with Leanne and Sheena. You can do that, and you can do that with any of them, of course. As I said before, don't be daunted by the fact there's a mask there. If maybe you don't quite want to use the mask just yet, use them when it comes to the way that Debbie's just showing you there. We've all got nesting dies in some form, so yeah, team them together, and you could be doing exactly that. Getting your hands on this collection being the Floral collage stamp sets. Now it's say 6-piece, but in total you've got 95 stamps, and you've also got your 5 masks as well. So what you are going to be getting is you're going to be getting your rows. So you've got the rows. So the premise and the concept is all exactly the same, where you've got that main focal point of the floral. So within this one it's the rose. You've got the mask that just perfectly sits over the top. Just a little bit of maybe your dots to keep them in place, and then of course you can come along and start to create the background with the additional stamps and your chosen inks. But that one is your rose, which you're going to be getting. You're then also going to be getting the daisy, so that's the one that Debbie just used. And that's just a really good visual as the difference in ways as to it's been used there to compare to the way that Debbie just showed you a moment ago with her demonstration. But you've got the daisy there. You've then got your sunflower. So you've got the sunflowers, and there's no reason that you can't be using these stamps with some of the other florals as well, or any other stamps that you've got that you want to create the backdrops. You've got one of my favourite florals, the peony. You've got that one, and then last but by no means least, you've got the coneflower. When it comes to that one there, beautiful coneflower with that one. So same concept all the way around within each of the florals, and let's not forget as well, you're getting your Simply Sentiment as well. All of these you can stamp out and then just cut out afterwards. That's giving you all of them for £35 or $45 with a platinum price of £28 or $36. They're all on Shop the Day for you to check out, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com.au. I've got a funny feeling as well, and I'm going to hear from Dean in my ear. We'll probably be having a look at them at Second Chance Sunday tomorrow. When me and Debbie flip about. Just that's also my way to say, Dean, I want to have a play with them tomorrow on Second Chance Sunday. Just saying. So you weren't planning on putting them on tomorrow. I'm going to be having a little play tomorrow. So yeah, so that one there is the floor. He's just gone, fair enough. Well, that's us doing that now, isn't it? £35, $45 with a platinum price of £28 or $36. You've seen as well, Debbie, using the rocker block. So let's have a look at these ones here, because we've got our rocker blocks. Now what we'll do, the start of the next hour, we'll have a look at some of the stamping platforms. But at the moment, we'll have a look at the rocker blocks here. And you can do that. This is your 2-piece. So this is actually giving you 6 rocker blocks in total. Now you're going to be £15 or $22 with a platinum price of £12 or $17.60. So you're going to get both sets, which are going to give you 6 in total. So you've got your larger and your elongated rectangle that you can see there. So that one would be good for things like your swash stamps if you want to. That one's the one that Debbie was using with her large floral. So you're going to get those 2. And then you're going to be getting this set as well. So remember, you're getting them all, both sets, 6 rocker blocks here. So you've got within that one there, you've got your in the middle sizes, your tiny little square for maybe little sentiments or maybe your little embellishment stamps, but you're going to get all of those rocker blocks, £15 or $22. Within that one there, you're going to be saving over 20%, but if you're platinum, of course, you are going to be £12 or $17.60. So you know, every single day here on Crafters TV, you know, many of us are used different stamping mediums. Again, within the next hour, at the start of the next hour, we'll go over some of the stamping platforms, but within that one you've seen Debbie using the rocker blocks throughout today, and it just gives you that precision when it comes to the stamps. Just to say as well, it doesn't just work for the Crafter's Companion stamps as well. Many stamps that are out there at the same thickness, you're going to get that perfect impression every single time, whether you're doing your watercolouring, whether you're doing your alcohol colouring, or maybe you just want to go in with the background. It's entirely up to yourself, but they're a great use to be using. In actual, someone that is a complete convert to these ones is Corinne. You know, she never really used them before she joined us here at Crafter's Companion, and once she joined us and she's seen them and used them, she absolutely loves the rocker blocks as well. So you're going to get the 2 sets, 6 of them in total, with your price of £15, $22. If you are platinum, of course, which of course is always the best level to be at, £12 or $17.60. That is your Crafter's Companion rocker box. Busy day. Busy day, busy hour. One more hour to go for this Saturday evening before we're all back again tomorrow. We're going to do it all over again, just to let you know when it comes to tomorrow. We've got a masterclass, we've got Colour Me Happy, and then we've also got Second Chance Sunday. So that's also going to be with myself and Debbie, where Debbie's going to be on this side. I'm going to be across on that side, giving you my take on the products we're going to be looking at. Now, we ended that last hour there with our rocker block, so let's have a look here at our stamping platforms. So within this one, we've got 2 options. The first one is the 4x4. We're going to show you the 6x6 in a moment, but each of those come with your stamping mat as well. Now, with this one here being the 4x4, this is your stamping platform and the stamping mat. £12 or $17. Now that's going to give you a saving of over 20%. Now, you know, certainly when it comes to myself, you know, as much as I like the rocker blocks, I'm one that uses my stamping platforms a lot. So you're going to get your 4x4, £9.60 or $13.60. Now, yes, it is 4x4 inches in size, but still a sizable platform for you to then be using. Not only that, you're going to get that really nice sturdy stamping mat. Now, it's a good sturdy sponge. That is then just meaning that when you go in for that impression, it's kind of like just hugging the layer as you press down. It's going to give you that real beautiful stamped impression, once again, whether it's our stamps or other stamps, but you've got that stamping platform. This is also the one that I use if I start to shape my flowers, my paper flowers. I always use my stamping mat as well. I always say as well, I always do it on the back and to the bottom here because it will leave an indentation. But if you happen to have a spare one, it's a really good thickness for you to shape your paper flowers. If you do that, as I say, I wouldn't necessarily do it in the middle, because if you do an indentation, that is twice. Can I just say, hand on heart, I've just done it twice. I've saved myself all throughout the day and I've just done it twice, totally not on purpose, and I've just landed myself there. So, if you do use them to do the shaping of your paper flowers that I do, don't do it on the main ones, because if you leave an indentation, that could affect the future of your stamping platform. But that one is your 4x4. I mean, that is the 4x4, and the actual stamping mat is just bigger than 12x12. So that's your first option at £12 or $17, $9.60 or $13.60 for that one. And then the second option that we've got for you, still giving you the stamping mat, but this one is the 6x6. So this one here, same idea, same concept. So the 4x4 and the 6x6, it all works on the spring-loaded feet. So you've got your spring-loaded feet on all 4 corners. That just means as your stamp's underneath, if you ink up, because it's spring-loaded, it does not come into contact with your cardstock until you press down. So you've got that stability each time. But with it being the 6x6, you can see size-wise, this is going to work really, really well with a lot of your stamps. If I just bring in the 4x4, just as a visual so that you can see, still sizable, but you'll still be limited in some of the size stamps that you can be using compared to the 6x6. That one being the 6x6, it is in inches, you do have centimetres on them as well, and you've got all of these grids that if you do want to start to line up your sentiments or maybe your layering stamps. But you've got your stamping platform and you've also got your stamping mat as well. So that is your large stamping mat there. It's exactly the same one within the other set there. You can never go wrong with having a spare one, or maybe you want to do what I do, use one for stamping, and if you do like to do the shaping of your paper flowers, because it's got good stability there, you can always use one for that one. But £16 or $21 for the 6x6 and the stamping mat. If you are platinum, then that's going to come down to $12.80 or $16.80 for you guys stateside. And also these are also available for you guys Central Europe. You just need to go onto your website. So from stamping, we're going to stick with the stamping, but we're going to do the animals. We're going to be doing the animals here. So this is your edge stamp and die collection. So this one is a 5-piece collection here. These are so much fun. These are so cute and so creative to use. You're going to get the full lot of them here at £34 or $44. Now within this one, you've got the lions, you've got the tigers. Unfortunately, you've not got any bears within this one here. Oh my. But then what you can, I'm even thinking, some of these little embellishment stamps here, Debbie, you could use these with the floral stamps that we just used a moment ago, you know, creating that little bit of that background as well, if you want to. I know Debbie will step you through these just shortly, because she's going to have a look at them, but, you know, within these ones, create that edgeable because you've got the outline die all the way around. However, as you can see there, no die along the bottom, which enables that actual die cut to stay in place. That opens up lots of craftability with the things that you can do and then make. But then we've got our little deer and our little squirrel that we've got here with the embellishment stamps too. Same premise as well, where you've got your outline die. What I love with each animal is you've got them in 2 different stances. You know, you've got one sitting, one standing, and that works the same for all of them. We've got the cats and the dogs. We've then also got our, what was the first one? Oh, so I've got 2 of exactly the same here. So what have we got there? 5-piece collection. So I've got 4 boards. So we're obviously missing one of them. We've then also got our You Make Me Happy.
Hugs
so that one
kisses,
there is your cow and it's also your sheep. So you've got those 4. You're also then going to get the hogs and kisses as well. So that one is giving you the piggies and the guinea pigs as well. So you're also going to get all of them as well. So all of that, 5 sets, 52 stamps in total, or 20 dies, that is going to be £34 or $44. You've got your platinum price on top of that, of course, if you are in Club Inspire. Just to say, if you've joined Club Inspire today, which is free to join, that means you're going to get 20% off your very first order, which means then therefore, if this is your first order after joining Club Inspire, you'll get them at that platinum price, 20% off at $27.20 or $35.20. So lots of choices there, lots of animals. Don't forget as well, you're also then going to be getting the little piggy and also the guinea pig as well. So that is there for you to check out too. Let's actually just dive straight into demonstration with Debbie and see what we can do with them.
Yeah, let's do it. So first of all, let's go back to our water reactive ink pads, because these are great for blending a background. Now, the thing that Leanne and the product development wanted to do when they developed these ink pads was have a family of colours. So I've got my pinks here. So I've got my pink tulip, my fuchsia and the plum jam, which means each one of these colours, it's a little bit like one of our tri-blend pens, but in an ink pad, where you've got 3 colours that complement each other and blend into each other. So you've got your light, your medium and your dark. So we're going to start off with our lightest colour, and literally just with the ink pad I want to sort of section it. So I've got a sort of we're going to section it into thirds. So we're going to start with that beautiful pink. So this is our pink tulip. So that lightest colour. I'm just using our own multi-purpose cardstock, so it's a nice smooth blend. And we're just blending that lightest colour into our cardstock. Now you can choose what you like to use. I quite like the square or the rectangle applicators. I think you get more lay down on them, so it's a great one for me. But I know lots of people love the round ones. So you just choose whichever you want to. Now I'm just going to go in on the end here with this one, because I can use the same one, but what I want to do is I don't want to put too much into our next colour. So let me just take that one. You can see that's quite a lovely lay down of colour. Just smooth that out a bit. And then what I'm going to do with just the other end, which I didn't dab in this one, I'm going to go back into my lightest colour just to blend that in. So again, just taking that one and blending it across. It doesn't matter if you get a little bit of the darker colour, it's just a case of blending those in. So let's pop that one on, and then we're going to use the plum jam. So the last of those, and that's quite a nice deep sort of plum colour, which is just beautiful. And then that's going to blend beautifully into our fuchsia. And then our next one over the top. And that's it. So we've got our backgrounds completed, just blending over. Now, I was saying about earlier about using the same colour family in your different ink pads. So I've got a fuchsia, but in our quick drying. So what I am going to do is I'm just going to blast this just to make sure it's dry. So we just want to make that as dry as possible. Okay. And the only reason being is I want it to stamp lovely with our quick drying ink. And if it's a little bit wet, it will just, it won't lay down and dry as quickly. So what I want to do with that then is, I've even bought my brush, like I put this in my prep kit.
Getting organised.
I want, you know what, when I was blending that, I was thinking, sure it blended a little bit better than that, but it's because I was using my brush, and I put a little bit of card on the top, so I know that I only use that one for my pinks, but we do have them on the website as well, so you can grab those if you want to. I'm just going to literally go over the top with an anti-static bag, now that's dry, and then we're going to stamp with this one. So, make today amazing. We've got these stamps on the show as well. These are beautiful, bold stamps, and they just look really cool. So I thought, let's make a background with these. So I'm going to use this one, and we're going to place that. In fact, let's bring that stamping platform in, and then we can stamp that down.
See, that's what I love about doing with the water reactive Debbies. I love to just play with them.
Yeah,
I love
so cool,
to just
aren't
play
they?
with them.
Yeah, they are amazing ink pads to use. So I'm just going to pop that in there, right in the centre, and we're going to stamp on top. Now, because I'm using the same colour family, because it's a different ink pad, the fuchsia, it's going to actually, you'll be able to notice it laying down on the top. So just tapping that all over. And then we're just going to go directly, make sure your feet are in, press down in that centre, and then we're going to pop that down.
So it's good to see, because I'm in this camp as well, Debbie, that don't be afraid to mix your ink pads together.
Oh, not at all.
Yeah.
That was the whole idea of using them together.
Yeah.
And actually, that looks really cool. I love how that's come out. So I'm not going to add any more ink to that. What we are going to do is just give that a quick clean. So we've took all that ink off of there. I mean, if you've got your cleaning station, that will be ideal. So you could give that a quick sort of clean. Let's pop that to the side. I'm going to take that off as well, because we also want to combine this background with our characters, our over the edge characters. So let's pop that on there. I'm just going to pop that back in the pack. So that one's done with. So that's our background. Now, the other thing that I wanted to do as well, now we do a paper distresser, but I didn't have mine at home. So all I did was use the scissors. And if you literally just keep doing this with your scissors along the side, or have your paper distresser, it just distresses all those edges and makes it look really cool. The other thing I've done is, if you get yourself some water, so all I'm going to do, let me grab that little spritzer I had earlier. I'm just going to put some spritz onto my hands and just flick that down. And then we're just going to leave that for a second, because what that's going to do now is do a little bit of faux bleaching. And as that starts, the water sucks up all that water, and the longer you leave it, the lighter it'll be. And then we'll literally pop that on the top, and then that will give us a really cool effect. So you can keep putting some down. Now, what I have done is I've just made one, which is, you'll see, exactly the same, but I've just used a bit more water on there. So just flick a bit more water. You can see it's all come out on here. And I've distressed all those edges just with my scissors to make it look a little bit different. Now, the other thing we're going to do now, let's pop that to the side. Let's bring in this one. So this is our positively perfect.
It's getting late in the day.
If I think too much about it, I never can say it. Positively perfect. So let's pop those on. These are really clever. I love these. I mean, not only are they super cute, but they're really easy to use, and there's so much you can do with them. So I am going to just use the, let's use the dog one here. I think that's the dog, that's the cat. We don't want the cat, we're going to use a little dog.
Are you a dog or cat person, Debbie?
I would say more of a dog.
More of a dog.
I do love cats, but I don't think Al would like a cat.
Would he?
But I think cats are little monkeys. That's the politest thing I could say. For like
yes.
climbing. We can't repeat what Charlotte just said. But yes, they are, Charlotte.
Or as I like to call them, unpredictable.
Yeah, and I'm not quite sure if I want curtains climbed up and sofas ripped into, and unfortunately that's what cats can do. So yeah, I love cats, and if someone's got a cat, they're so affectionate, loving, they're gorgeous, but I'm not quite sure that I would like a cat. I've had cats in the past. I mean, you know me and my animal stories, so I have animal stories on cats as well, but we won't go into that, Craig. Now, I can't find the ruler, so what I am going to do is I'm using the bottom of my mat and the edge just to pop that edge into place on there because I want to make sure that that's straight. And I am, as you can see, popping that through my the die cuts before I stamp, because it's much easier to stamp once you've got your die cut done. When you stamp, you're not quite sure whether you've got it on a straight line.
No.
So it's always good when you're going over the edge to do your line first, your outline of the die, and then you know exactly where you are. You could, if you wanted to, always put a score line in, and then you could follow that line. So all we're going to do is take that one out, take that off. Doesn't matter that that's torn a little bit because we're not using the top. And then what you can do, let's get in our new paper trimmer, which I absolutely love. We can just bring this in, and then we can take our paper trimmer. So I'm going to make sure that our line is just in line there. Bring it down a little bit, and then I'm going to take that to there. A little bit more, there we go. And then just bring that across a little bit. Just slightly out on that one, but it will do. It will definitely do. And there we go, we've got our straight edge and our little dog there. And then what we're going to do is stamp that out. So you can use your stamping platform, but actually you don't really need it. We could just use our rocker blocks. Let's just use our rocker blocks to do this one. So pick that up, stamp that out. Again, because we are using alcohol pens, we're going to use our alcohol-proof finesse.
Okay.
Just tap that image, and then we're going to rock right over. You have to excuse my head because I need to be able to see. And then we'll just rock forward, and then we get our perfect little doggy into place there.
Do you know why I'm glad I've just watched you do that, Debbie? Because if that was me, I would be wary about using my rocker block with something with an outline.
Oh, really?
I would think I wouldn't get it lined up properly.
Yeah,
so
no,
it's nice to see you doing
yeah,
that with the rocker
absolutely.
block.
I love the rock. I mean, I've been using them years. It was the only things that we had years ago was
That's
the rocker
true. It
blocks.
would have been
And
for
as
years,
much as
yeah.
I love our stamping platforms, I really do love the rocker blocks. So that's how you do your Edgeable, and you can do that however you want, whether you're creating an aperture, whether you're creating, I've got some samples I can show you in a little while. Now, what I want to do with this, I've got one here that I've done, and only because, oh no, I haven't, it doesn't matter because I haven't cut it to size yet. I've got one already finished. Let's bring in our pens. So I've got my Pale Pink blend, I've got our Red Brown blend, and I've got my Fair Skin, because what I wanted to do, I wanted to tone this in with my background. So I didn't want a pink dog, so I figured let's use the Red Brown and we would just blend it all in. So another really quick way of using your pens. So literally, I'm going to pop that into the centre. That's your light colour. And then I'm going to come round, we're going to just colour in our medium colour. And you can see how quick I'm doing this. That's what I love about these, Craig. They're so quick and easy to do.
Really quick, yeah.
We're going to put a little bit of darkness.
It just reminds me
on his
actually
back.
there, Debbie, you saying about wanting a pink dog. Now I have to tell you, what I'm just away to say here is no dogs were harmed the pink highlight pen was not a toxic pen, but our older dog, DJ, and funny enough, I was just talking to Charlotte about DJ in our little break there. There was one day he was round at mine. I used to, before I obviously moved here, we've not had DJ for maybe about 5 years or so now, and I was dog sitting, and it was just the way he was looking at me, cute little face, but because he was getting older, he'd had looked like a white beard, basically. And I took a pink highlighter pen and coloured in his white beard. Like I said, it did wash off, he was fine. It wasn't I was sensible, I made sure it wasn't anything dangerous within the highlighter pen. And I had this black lab with a pink beard.
Oh dear.
Whisker.
Did it look funny?
Yeah, dogs with whisker, yeah. Yeah, but I don't think I could colour mine pink, Charlotte. Although Billy Connolly did years ago, didn't he? Yeah.
He did he?
Yeah. Yep, pink in different colours as well.
Oh yes, you're right. I can remember now. Why
Billy
not?
Connolly.
Why not?
I can't say what Ben says, because Ben does the rude Billy Connolly. I won't do that. But yeah, just reminded me when you said dog and pink dog.
Right, now, the other thing is, because I wanted to tone this in so you can see how our little dog looks really cute on there, but I wanted to tone this base piece in. I'm going to do it a bit different to the one I've done, only because I didn't particularly like it. So I bought in one of our stencils. I'm not sure if we've still got these on the website, but you'll find lots of stencils. I know Craig's got some on the show tomorrow as well. These were just our trio stencils, and this is your textile trio. So I used this one in my actual demo because I thought, well, it might look like grass, but it didn't really look like grass.
Did it not?
So no, and I'll show you it, but I thought I'll do a different one just to show a different way of doing it. So I'm going to bring in the fuchsia again, and I'm still going to be using the quick drying because it doesn't take long to dry as a normal one. So let's just bring that in there, and then let's just see what effect we get in here. So I'm going to start off with the lightest one, and then, I've used it doesn't matter, does it? So let's go in then with our plum jam, so a darker one, blend it into that darker one, just so it gives us a little bit of texture on there. So if we take that one away, you can see we've got then our little bit there. So you'll see what I mean. So this is the one I did, which actually, I think that one looks a bit better, doesn't it?
I do like both, but I get where you're coming from, yeah.
So I did that because I thought it might look like grass, but I have done this one to size, so I will use it. But it just means whatever stencils you've got in your stash, you can use. And then I thought, because we've used, let me just pop my lids on so I know I'm not going to put my ink pads or put myself in the ink pad, which is likely. I've then decided that we'll do a wrap, and I thought, well, we need to make this pop. So let me bring in my card. And I've got some craft cards, so that works really well then with our little dog. So we're going to do what we did earlier, like with our craft along. I've made this a little bit longer, so it will create a little sort of tunnel, so an archway. And then we're going to just stick these pieces on the back before we put it onto our craft card. So let's just use our tacky glue to do that.
Now, seeing you doing that, I'm going to preempt a question or a couple of questions that will probably come through. If you're going to do something like that, Debbie, that's got a little bit of a dome on it,
yeah.
How would you send it? Would you make a box or an envelope with a bit of depth to it?
Yeah, I would always make a box. It's not one, I think if you're going to have a card like this, yeah, you want to present it in a box, I think would always look better. If you put it in an envelope, you have got that fear of it flattening.
Yeah.
And it's not always a good thing. So yeah, I think a box is a nice idea to put it in. So that this wouldn't be your special card. If you didn't want to dome it, you just put this straight across the bottom, and that would just look really nice sitting across the bottom there. But we're just making it a little bit different. So putting our glue there, then bending it, and then just popping the other one on the other side. So like so. And then we're going to just pop this onto the back then of our craft card.
That's what I love when it comes to inks or stamps or stamping dies. It's just about having that believe in yourself, just to play. And what I mean by that is what you've just done there, Debbie, with the pinks, the fuchsias, the plum, and that dog. I never would have thought to mix all that together.
No.
But how effective does that look?
And it just looks a little bit different, doesn't it? Yes, it's combining. I mean, you know, I know this sounds a really funny thing to say, but I think we're really lucky when we have what we call polls, which have items put on there that we have to use. So it's not like we just say, oh, I want to use those character edges, I want to use those stamps. We don't really, that choice is not ours.
No.
But what I think it does do is makes us be really creative with what we have. And I wanted to use the inks, I wanted to make a background, and it was just a case of combining all those things. So let's just pop this one in.
I think it's a good thing to point out as well. It pushes us as well.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? It pushes us maybe outside our comfort zone. You may look at something and think, well, I wouldn't use that together, but play.
And it really shows everybody that when they've got different mediums, they've got different dyes, they've got different things in their collection. I mean, this would look fabulous, this little dog, or any of the characters, on an embossing folder. And this same technique you could do on an embossing folder. But I thought that looked really cool, just doing that Make Today Amazing with the little dog there, sending someone your thoughts. I've just tied literally a little bow there, so we can either, where should we put that? I think we'll put that at the top there. And just have that into our makes. And there we go, we're going to leave it at that. And a cute little car, but just something a little bit different there.
That is so cute, that is so smart. And again, a style that you know, I wouldn't necessarily think to do myself, and how well that works, and just having a play as well. And you can do that, you can have that, you can do that play, or of course, put your own stance on it by going for that full collection. Whereas you're going to get the 5 sets. So we've got the 4 of them here, so you'll also get the Hogs and Kisses, which is giving you the piggies and also the guinea pigs. But then you're also then going to get the sheep and the cow. You're then also going to be getting your cat and your dog. So that's the one that Debbie just used there. You're then also going to be getting your squirrel and your deer. You're also then going to be getting your, you can see within that one there, your lion and your tigers as well. So you've got your embellishment stamps to go with them, as well as some of your sentiments, but you've got your die as well to create that edgeable feel. All of that £34 or $44. You've got your platinum price on there at $27.20 or $35.20. For you guys across Central Europe, you just need to go onto your website, but they're there with the same discount as well, but within euros. We have got, a few of you are watching us and watching Doctor Who tonight. Apparently that's back on. Yeah.
Is there a new doctor?
Yeah, that is back on. Kirsty D is saying, good evening. I'm going to be watching for a little bit, but Doctor Who is on and it's just started. This was maybe about an hour or so ago that Kirsty D has sent this one in, saying, as much as I love our hottie Scotty, there is another one on TV, and that's David Tennant. Cracking actor, he really, really is. YOU Expressions saying, hi everyone, and late as usual, but hello to all my fabulous crafty friends. We've also got Rosalind is saying, nest and dies are a must-have for every crafter. This is obviously going back to the last demo that Debbie done. We've also got Sandra saying, Craig, since you have problems pronouncing that flower that I said, it's also called a cone flower. That's the word, thank you, Debbie. Yeah, a lot of you tell me about the cone flower, which I should just say I've written on the back of that board as well for any future use for myself. Laurie's in saying, absolutely love that technique, Debbie. Again, this is going back to that first demo that Debbie done, all the D's. Alicia's saying, Debbie, that card is quite exquisite. Dieta, Mary Pat, we've got Robbie, we've got Rose, Panda Crafts is also in as well, how fab that demonstration was that Debbie just done there. YOU Expressions by Candy is saying, this is the first time I've tried masking. This includes mask made and it makes all the difference. It's made me not so afraid.
I'm so pleased.
With having that mask as well. You know, we do our masket roll and, you know, there is other masket sheets out there in the industry, but sometimes it's that stamping and then cutting. With having that mask within that last set already done for you, it's a good confidence booster as well. Jessica Strickler saying, wonderful card, Debbie. And Laurie is saying, I just made a concertina card using the jungle animals. So much fun to make. I think the good thing with the animals as well, works really, really well for any age range, doesn't it? The kiddies love it, the older generation as well. They've got the cat or the dogs, they love it as well. And also the in-betweens. Remember, this is also, you know, we've got our masterclass about your stamp and colouring. If there is anything that you want to ask, well, Debbie is here. We've got about half an hour left, just under half an hour left of the show. So get your questions in across to Susie T, and we'll fire them across today. Now this one I seen for the first time while I was actually backstage dropping stuff off, and I seen Sarah and Ben with this just the other day there. Was it yesterday in actual fact? And this is your, this one here is your Pro Sketch Pack. You've got 49 pieces in here. Now it is part of a limited edition here. Now when it comes to this one here, you're going to get so much in here. Now this is about giving you everything that you need when it comes to doing the sketching, doing the colouring. I'm not going to go over too much detail because we're going to go to a video with Sheena where she really steps you through everything and the uses of everything that you get included. But when it comes to the back, that just gives you an indication as to what you've got, what you're going to get inside. So when I say when it comes to the Pro Sketch Pack, for someone that likes to be out there for doing things such as sketching, you can then see, of course, you can then see everything on the back that you've got there. So when it comes to there, what you've got as well is you've got your step-by-step of the products that are inside. Whether it's about out and about going in with a sketchbook that you can do your sketching, it's the colouring mediums as well that you've got too. So when it comes to that, it's all contained inside. I'm going to show you the front, and then what we'll do is we'll go with Sheena with the video from the other day, because you've got your water base, but then what you've also got as well is you've got your alcohol base as well. You've got all the additional tools when it comes to your sharpener, etc., your mechanical pencil as well. You've got your white outline pen too. All of the mediums for you to be on the road if you want to be sketching while on the road, or of course just be sitting within the house as well. When it comes to the bases as well, you've got your folders, you've also got the sketchbook too. But what I would say, instead of me going through it all, what I will tell you though, you're going to get it all for $39.99 or $49.95. You've got a platinum price of $31.99 or $39.96. But there's only one person to go over it in great detail, and that is of course Sheena. And here she is just the other day stepping you through this incredible Pro Sketch Pack.
It is phenomenal. So seriously, if there's somebody who's of school age, college, anybody, and just this, they're going to want to use this, but you're going to want to use this as well. Shall I take you through what's in on the overhead? Right, let's look at it, and then I've got mine already set up. This is what you get, the first layer, right? So this is the first layer. We have a huge pencil like this. This is called a clutch pencil or a lead holder. Look at the size, look at that, that's lead, that's all lead. So that's for your sketching, for your shading. We'll be using that today. I'll be taking you through that. And to pop it back in, you just do that and it goes back. But you've also got in there, you have got, I'm just gonna do, instead of like an order, I'm gonna go around. You've got a mechanical pencil here, down here. You've got your regular mechanical pencil that you probably know about. Now, I've got to say guys, with these two here, I've paid up to £10 for what my clutch holder, my pencil, £5 to £6 for an inexpensive one.
Right, okay.
The value is, I have everything that's in here, just say it, and I've paid a lot of money for everything that's in here. So they're the first two, but you also get refills for these guys. So you get a whole pack here. It's hard to get them out here. I'm going to do my best to get them out because I've already got them. Well, I'm just going to point, look there. You've got your lead for your mechanical pencil, for your fine one. I'm going to show you why these are all, why you need them all shortly, and why they, what everything does. And look at all those there. All of those there are refills for your clutch pencil or your lead holder, the big chunky one. So you've got refills. You've got a couple of erasers, and they do different things. This is the type that you're probably well familiar with, just a regular plastic eraser, works a treat.
Yeah.
You've got this one here, which is a kneaded eraser, kneadable eraser. So they call it a putty eraser, or a kneaded eraser, or a kneadable eraser. It's squidgy. It's like it's a bit like, you know, like stuff you put your Christmas cards up in. The when we open this, you'll see, and you shape it and you use it any way you want, and it doesn't leave any little bits behind like that one. You can just lighten the background a little bit with it. Anyway, we're going to be using them shortly. going through, you've got 3 coloured pencils here that are great for just either mixing, for colouring in, or for like when you're doing, if you're doing a little sketchy ideas, you can do them in different colours for represent different bits of your card making. So you might want to use the red as the foreground element if you're using your books and things to plan out your cards.
Yeah.
The blue might be a background, the next layer back, and the green might be further back, like just the flat bit of card. All of this will become apparent later. You've got 2, these are amazing. If you've ever used water-soluble graphite, you'll be excited already. There's 2 here. They look like pencil, they're exactly like pencil, but you don't have to even blend these ones, you just add a bit of water. They're a 2B and a 6B. Now this is where I get super excited.
What's this one?
Like seriously, a pastel, a chalk pastel pencil. For all of your card making, your paper crafting, you want that.
Yeah.
And you also want, look, I'm not even going to take it out.
This is what people are going to get excited about as well, that pen.
There. Oh, if you haven't used this pen yet, just, I mean, seriously, that and this kit alone, can you see where the money's just mounting up?
I know.
Yeah, it's just phenomenal. I never even mentioned, look, you've got your pencil, a really good metal pencil sharpener there for all of your pencils, your regular pencils. Moving down, you've got a water brush, a fabulous, and it's a really nice water brush.
Oh, cool.
It holds a really good point, so if you want to add the water to your water soluble pencils, just portable, it's perfect for that, and that's going to go in this kit that you haven't even seen the bag yet.
Yeah.
You got 5 illustrators there, and brush nib illustrators, which are my absolute go-tos, perfect, and they're shades of grey. So you've got 2 cool greys, you've got 2 warm greys, and you've got a black. You've got all of these outliners, and you've got outliners here that you can't get anywhere else. These 2 here, and there's a chisel nib as well.
Oh, is there?
A chisel nib outliner. There's 2 flex pens here, which you won't get. Well, if you look at that, we've almost got like the price in just that of the kit.
Well, I was going to say, already all of that is miles over.
Miles over. Then you've got paper stumps to blend your graphite pencils with. That's the top layer. Then we move on. I think I've covered everything, haven't we?
Yeah.
Oh, look at the beauty of this. So in here,
This is great.
you have a case, and I've got mine all set up, which I'll show you properly shortly. But in there, everything fits perfectly. There's a place for everything in that case.
Yeah.
And there's also a place for the next thing, which are the books. Look at this. Right, now if you're wondering about the value of sketchbooks, let me pop that to one side. Let me show you what I've brought my sketchbooks here. Just let me take you through that. They're just 3 of my sketchbooks,
yeah.
right? That one I paid £11.50 for.
Yes.
That one was £15.
Right.
This one was £36. And guess what's in this one? Nothing, because I'm scared to use it.
Hang on, 36, 20...
36 quid for that.
26 and 11, did you say?
Yeah, for these 3. These ones have got bits in. I've been brave enough to do a few bits in these ones.
Wow.
But this one, not, because I'm scared to use it.
Yeah.
But look what you've got here. You've got 2 A4. They're totally different. Again, we're going to go through this in proper time and basically play. This one here is a mixed media book. So if you want to, for a crafter,
yeah,
you could use this book for your colour charts. You know when I say always make a colour chart? This would be it could be a card making Bible. You could have your aquas colour chart and you've got them all safe and they're
I like
always
that
there.
idea, it's good.
Then
yeah.
you can have your inks, you can have your duet ink pad colours in there and then swatch them so you can see all the colours. You've got your shimmer inks, you've got so you can see how even that would work for a paper crafter. It's phenomenal, but it's not watercolour card. It won't take a completely soaking wash, but it's thick enough to use water products on there as well. So that's your mixed media pad there, and then we've got this beauty here. This if you separated this and gifted this on it's sewn. It's a proper sewn with signatures. You know, they call the little bits of the little different things, the little signatures there. It's a sewn bound paper that is smooth, silky smooth, so all your dry media, your inks and everything are going to work perfectly on this. I'll show you how I've started to use mine. Shall I? Shall I show you mine quickly before we
Yeah,
start
why
playing?
not?
This one's mine.
That folder's brilliant as well, isn't it? My goodness
It's
me.
fabulous.
You can even just split up the... If you're looking for gifts, split up, keep the pens, give the folder away, give the pads away, and whatever you want to do.
That's what it looks like when it's together, Ben. Look, everything's got its place. I've put my pencils, I've got all my pens here for drawing, and I've gone large to small to fine.
Yeah.
I haven't even shown you how fine the lines are. We're doing all this when we're going to draw shortly. Not draw, scribble, plain over stamps and things.
Yeah.
And everything's there. And then in here, you've got all your other bits, your paper stump, your pencil sharpener, your eraser, everything fits in there. And then in here, you have your books. I mean, the fact that you can carry everything, can you see what I'm saying? You are going to be like, if you gift this to someone this Christmas, they're going to think you've been generous beyond compare.
Generous.
Because, and this is how we're going to use them. So if you think, I'd like a lovely sketchbook, like my little sketchbook, but I can't draw. So you're thinking, well, yeah, all right then, Douglas, but how do I do if I'm not drawing? Doesn't matter, look. Would you know that this hasn't been just sketched?
Wow, yeah, yeah.
Would you? Mm-hmm. No, you wouldn't, would you? Mm-hmm. That is what we're going to show you how to do. So you could make yourself a little journal like this.
Brilliant.
It doesn't have to be just, sketches like that, but I think that looks rather pretty. If you want to gather this, and also imagine whatever you do in this book, you can then put on a card.
That's it.
So imagine sending a card that looks like this. It'll look like you've done a hand-drawn card. This one was stamps that you'll be familiar with. They're not even a stamp, that's a stencil. I'm going to show you how to change them. Using the pens that are in the kit. If you want to maybe repurpose this one and think, well, how can I get value? Again, I haven't used it, but I've started playing in the back. You might want to make yourself a desk journal.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is a stencil. This is a space that we're going to do today. We're going to put a stamp on there and we're going to draw over that with the pen. And then we're going to use some just die cuts to cut out and put panels in here for notes or goals for that month. And it's going to be really pretty. And it's like, it could be a family kind of like what's happening at a glance, coffee table, pretty little book there. So can you see how it's not just if you're an artist for anybody and anyone in school, honestly, you're going to look like the best auntie ever.
There you go. No one better to go over it all, explain it all than, of course, Sheena there when it comes to, of course, that incredible set there. What we have got is we've got Laurie Townsend is saying, just made a concertina card using the jungle animals. It's so much fun. Now, I know it's a little bit different. It's not quite a concertina, but tomorrow when myself and Debbie are back, it's got me on the other side and the Masterclass is going to be with the Christmas Twist and Pops. So if you want to have a look at them, if you want the actual mechanic die, then we've got that as well for you to grab. So that's going to be tomorrow. But yeah, really fun idea there with the jungle animals, Laurie. We've also got Kirsty Day saying, OK, I have full attention on CCTV now that the Dr. Hottie Scotty has finished. I can't wait for the next one. Is that the show with me and Debbie, or is that with the next episode of Doctor Who? Anyway, and then we've also got Lillian is actually saying, Craig, can you say egg in Asia? Egg in Asia. See, that's just complicating it for me. I'll just say cornflower or whatever it's called.
Echinacea.
Right, let's get the vote started. This one we're going to be doing is demo of the show. So let's have a look and see what Debbie's been doing within this masterclass.
Yeah, just two, because the first one was just showing those techniques. So they're three pretty much of the same one. So it's doing it this way round because that's the way we did it. Number one was our creating that decoupage. And number two was that background with that cute little dog. So one or two.
Excellent. You've got a couple of moments to get your votes in, and then once we come back, we'll do demo of the day. But in the meantime, we're going to be having a look at these mindful quote stamps. I hadn't actually seen them before. I've not seen them. I noticed when Debbie was doing the demo before, I was like, where's that stamp set? And Dean was saying, they're just on the side. We've got them on the show. This one is your mindful quote stamps. Now, it's a 4-piece set. And the reason I like these, not only because they're your mindful quotes, but the size of them as well. Really nice, sizable mindful quotes here. What we have got within the 4 sets here, you're going to get them all for $11.97 or $17.97. You're going to be saving 25%, and you've got your platinum price at $9.58 or $14.38. Now that one says, giggle more, worry less. Well, we certainly all do a lot of giggling here on Crafters TV, that's for sure. But that's a really nice one. I love the mix of the fonts within that one. You're also then going to get your second one. So within that one, good things take time, which they absolutely do, so true to work. What we've also got within the next one, we've got dream more, work harder. And then you've also got, now that would be the one that Debbie just used, make today amazing, within the 4 of them that you've got there. So the 4 of those ones you're going to get at a platinum price, $9.58 or $14.38. Really lovely sizable ones that you've got 4 with them. You don't have to choose any of them. You're going to get all 4 of them that you can see here. And I know that Debbie's got some finished samples just to show us.
Yeah, definitely. I love this idea. This is just a notebook, decorating the front of your notebook. I think we all sometimes need to give ourselves a little nudge and think what we can be doing, and make today amazing with all your thoughts down there, or ideas, or anything that you want. I think that is a really good idea. Love that one. Good things take time. I love that. Sometimes you just got to take a deep breath, haven't you, and realise that it just takes a little bit of time, but you will get there. Love that one. Think happy thoughts. Absolutely. I think that is something that we all do here on Crafters TV. It's a really nice sentiment. This one is definitely me. Giggle more, worry less. Absolutely. Less frown lines. Just giggle loads and everything will be all right. So love that one. And I love that we're using all these different mediums to sort of stamp with. We've got a heat embossing. This one is done with a white ink pad, which looks incredible. One with an ombre effect, so where you're doing it in different colours. Heat embossing onto craft card. That looks amazing.
It does,
really love that one. And then just one more with that make today amazing. It makes a bold statement, and I think that's what these do on here. And sometimes we just want to give that bit of inspiration to someone. They're great stamps to use, and really good stamps if you want to practice stamping with, creating backgrounds, all that sort of thing. So love these ones, Craig.
I do as well. What I love about these ones, I know I touch upon this every now and again whenever I can, but sometimes, Debbie, I get asked about, you know, if you've got a card, if you've got something that's kind of like that vision focus, the topper, where do you do your sentiment? Where do you position the sentiment? Well, the sentiment is the topper.
Yes,
when it comes to this one. This is the focal point. That is what you're going to be seeing. You might want to do a little bit of decoration, as Debbie's shown you, but you don't have to be. The actual sentiment, mindful quote, is the topper itself. So as Debbie was showing you within the finished samples, you've got giggle more, worry less. You've got good things take time. That's when I absolutely believe things happen for a reason as well. So it's a nice continuation within that sentiment. Dream more, work harder. And then what we've also got, make today amazing. $11.97 or $17.97. You've got a saving of over 25%, here, just over 25%, with a platinum price of £9.58 or $14.38. So that's one set. What we've then got is we've got some of our quirky sentiments. So we've got our quirky sentiments here, where we've got 5 set within this one here, 5-piece selection, and you're going to get all of these for $15.96 or $23.80, where you've got a saving of 20%, and you've got a platinum price there of $12.77 or $19.04. That one says, some bunny loves you. Now I know that we're well and truly on the road to Christmas, but the next thing after Christmas, apart from Valentine's, is going to be Easter time. You've then got family are like fudge, mostly sweet, but with a few nuts. It's certainly my family, that's for sure. You've then also got, sorry, did I just roll my eyes out loud? Yeah, that's me. That's definitely me. You've then also got smile, life is beautiful. That's a lovely one.
So
really,
nice.
really like that one. And then we've got, Lord, give me coffee to change the things that I can. And so I'm going to crouch down here. So, Lord, give me coffee to change the things I can, and wine to accept the things that I can't.
That's definitely for you, Craig.
Yeah, I've got a little bit of an addiction at the moment when it comes to that coffee chain with a certain Christmas drink that they've got.
I heard you liking an eggnog one. Is it? What does it taste of? I don't even really know what eggnog is.
It's very sweet.
Right.
It is very, very sweet, very creamy, really nice. I was a toffee nut latte And I still like that, but this year with the eggnog latte.
Oh.
So good, so good. So it's definitely me. Really fun. I think within that 5 set, Debbie, you've got something that you're going to know is going to work for many relatives or friends at home.
Yeah, they're a little bit tongue-in-cheek. They're a little bit quirky. They're a little bit you don't want to offend because they don't offend. It's like that, just tongue-in-cheek, and I love that. So you've got the Sun Bunny Loves You, very, very cute. These are just the different designs that you could be doing with them. We all know that coffee and wine drinker, which is amazing. Families are like fudge. I mean, we've all got those nuts in our families, haven't we? That's for sure. A smile, life is beautiful. These are sentiments as well that I think you could really see on scrapbook pages, which are going to be amazing. I do love that one. It actually reminds me of my mum as well, because my mum used to roll her eyes all the time. And I don't even think she realised she'd do it, and she literally rolled her eyes out loud. So yeah, just really cool ways that you can do it. And I love this one on one of the template libraries. The first one I believe that come was those rocker cards. I mean, look at that as a card. Wouldn't that just make somebody smile? Just a nice sentiment to send to someone on a nice card. These are just perfect, Craig.
They really, really are. You can get all 5 of them again. Now, I'm not going to read through them all, but we can give you a good vision as to the 5 that you're going to be getting. $15.96 or $23.80. You're saving 20%, but you're also then going to get them at a platinum price of $12.77 or $19.04. Just before we do the result demo of the show, when it comes to that last mindful quote, Dieta is saying, I got these stamps and made a daily reminder sentiment calendar. I stamped each one and each saying onto a card, punched a hole in the corners and put them on a little ring. That's a really nice idea. What a nice way to be using the actual mindful quote stamps. I like that one, Dieta. Right, let's actually do demo of the show. Because demo of the show, and then we'll do demo in the day in a second. But the result is in, Debbie, and it goes to number 1.
Number 1. The layering
Yes.
card. There we go. Yes, beautiful card. Thank you very much. Right, so that would be number 3. This one will be number 1, and the craft along will be number 2. So your daily vote would be number 1, which is your cocktail shaker card. You've got, that's funny, isn't it? Cocktail shaker. How did I not think of that before? Cocktail shaker card. I love that.
That's a good one.
Then we've got number 2, which is our craft along, which is our pull-out drawer. Just for anyone that didn't see it, it's our drop-down sort of drawer, easel card. And then we've got number 3, which was the one you just voted for. So 1, 2, or 3.
The choice is yours. You've got a couple of moments to get your votes in, and then we'll find out, of course, what one is demo of the day, which will then go up against the rest of us from the week here. We've got some cracking demo of the days lined up that we'll find out the result tomorrow. So that one there, you know, it's not there just quite there just yet. You've got the Masterclass tomorrow with myself, and then Colour Me Happy, of course, before we're going to Second Chance Sunday, which, you know, we'll maybe do a few techniques when it comes to Second Chance Sunday, but we have got our Masterclass. Although in saying that, between Debbie today and what the others have done so far, I don't know. It's going to be a tough call tomorrow, that's for sure. I'm going to have to pull something big out the bag to then be in the run in a demo of the week, that is for sure. But what you can do, and this has, do you know something? We've not touched upon this once today, and many of you have realised the value you've got when it comes to the G2 here, and you've been popping it into your basket and checking it out. So for those that have gone for it today, well done and congratulations. It is our Gemini 2, it is our G2. Now it is the newest die cutting machine on the block across the world. It only launched there in the middle of this year. Now, when it comes to the G2, Sarah, you know Sarah said, for those that have followed Crafter's Companion for the last 7-8 years, she said with the original G2 you could not put any more pressure into the Gemini. And we haven't, because we can't. But what we have done is we've just brought it into 2023. So it's still A4 in size. Now, when it comes to the plates, as long as you're going to flip and rotate them, your actual cutting plates are going to last 3 times longer, but the frosted ones being 10 times longer. It is quicker, it is quieter as well. Now, when it comes to that, you know, we talk about maybe if you've got little kiddies or that, and then they're sleeping at night time, but maybe you've got someone that's on night shift, and then, of course, are going to be sleeping during the day. You want something that little little bit quieter, this is it. Now for the full A4 plate configuration to go through, you're now down to about 13.5 seconds. You've still got the pause, you've still got the reverse, but what we've also got as well is we've got our optical sensor along the front. So what that then means is if you're used to using your junior plates, instead of popping them on sideways, which you can still do, but you can put them face on. That also means if you love the foil press, you no longer need the extender plate. You're just going to pop it in and the optical sensor, the beam, is going to capture it. Well, that also means if you've got the plates from the Gemini Go, that will also work as well. But what we've also got is we've got our platforms at the front and the back. That opens up, so that does a couple of things. That gives you extra storage, but it gives you stability from the plates. So as you're putting the A4 plates through, if the bell goes, the phone goes, you're doing a little bit of colouring, whatever, as soon as the plates have gone through, it stops, it stays, and it's there ready for you to, of course, crack on with the crafting when you want. Not only that as well, when it comes to the G2, you've got your glide feet as well. I do believe the 360 turntable is on the website. If you're going to go for the G2, please consider going for that 360 turntable. It's an absolute game changer in the way that you can use your die cutting machine because it turns 360, of course. But I would say that turntable is only for the G2. It's been sized and positioned for just the G2, so please don't try using it with any other Gemini or, of course, any other die cutting machine. But you've also got is the media stand. You've got the media stand, so if you're watching us, if you're maybe watching Hobby Maker or HSN or QVC, or you're speaking to family across the other side of the globe, or of course you're following any crafting videos, you can have your phone, your tablet, your media sitting in front. And one of my favourite features, if not my actual favourite one, is the fact we've got 3 USB plugs into the back. So whatever you're watching, whichever you're using, or whatever you're charging, you can charge off the back of the G2. You've got that at the most incredible price, the lowest price that we've done. Keeping in mind, it's just launched at the start or the middle of the year there. It's the newest die cutting machine on the block when it comes to the whole of the craft industry. You're going to get it as well at $199.99. That's including all the plates as well. So you're going to get everything that you need, or for you guys stateside, $299.99. Your platinum price comes all the way down to $159.99, or for you guys stateside, $239.99. Just to say as well, which I think is still actually the case, for you guys stateside that are ordering it from, obviously, the States, this will come from our California warehouse. So it's not as if it's going to be coming from our one. So just keep that one in mind when it comes to the G2. But Debbie, the Gemini, it's got everything that we already know and love, but as I say, we've brought it into 2023 when it comes to all the additional features as well.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, power, precision, performance, so all the P's are what we're looking for in a die cutting machine. If you haven't got a Gemini and you can afford to treat yourself, I promise you, you won't regret it. It's one of those machines that it's not till you got it, Craig, that you realise how good the Gemini is. I've had so many, as you, die cutting machines in the past, and every one of them have been brilliant, but we get used to what we think brilliant is, and it's not till you get the Gemini and you think, wow, one pass through the machine, seconds through the machine. The plates now are stronger, which I love. I think the plastic shim is now 10 times longer than what it was before, which is incredible. So your plates are going to last you a lot longer. I love the optical sensor going right across, so you can use all your different plates, even those little mini Go plates. Honestly, this machine is a must-have for every single crafter out there. And if you haven't got it, just save those few more pennies and get it when you can, because it really is a great buy, especially when we've got £30 off of it at the moment.
Exactly, I know, yeah. When I was first told, when we had it at this price originally, I thought the $199.99 or $299.99 was actually the platinum price.
Right.
And it wasn't until I came live on air and I was like, oh no, wait a minute. That's not the platinum price. So as Debbie said as well, just keeping in mind, it is the newest die cutting machine. You know, not just with us, across the globe when it comes to any companies. We're not sure how long this price is going to be on for. I'm going to say this is just me. I don't think it'll be too much longer. We can't keep it at that price. So it's something to keep in mind. I know it's a considered purchase, certainly this time of the year. Maybe it's something that some of the family members have been saying, don't know what to get you. Maybe they're all going to chip in. You know, you've got different options there. It's up to yourself. You can check it out across on the website and also check out on YouTube as well. You've seen Debbie's been using it all throughout today, and she's been using it to create what is now our demo of the day, which, Debbie, that one goes to, funny enough, it's also #1.
Really? Mm-hmm. Wow, I really should my craft along, didn't win.
There you go.
Although I do love that card and it is very lovely, so thank you very much.
I think it was the cocktail shaker that
The
done
cocktail
it, Debbie.
shaker,
I think
yes,
that's exactly
what it is.
what done it. Debbie, thank you so much.
Oh,
I've had a
Craig,
blast.
it's absolutely been a brilliant day. Should we do it
Absolute
again
blast.
tomorrow?
Yeah, but on one condition.
What's that?
You come on this side, I'll go on that side.
Deal.
Deal. Deal. That's it. That's a deal. It's going to be our last day with Charlotte tomorrow as well. So we're going to try and make it as fun. With a little bit of tinge of sadness towards the end of the day. But I hope you can tune in, join in. Myself and Debbie, we're going to, of course, get Dean. We're going to get Charlotte. And James is going to be in as well. Hopefully as well, Susie T will be in tomorrow. If not, it'll be one of the girls on the social. So I hope you have a lovely Saturday evening here in the UK. Saturday day, wherever you are across the globe. All of us on the team will say happy Saturday. Have a lovely day, and we will see you tomorrow on Crafters TV. We'll do it again.